Good morning, friends. I know you're probably like, Shakayla, where have you been? We moved to Seattle. I think it's week 2 for us. We took a 5-day road trip from Virginia to Washington. Let me tell y'all why we took the road trip first of all. So we originally were gonna fly, right? We're gonna fly because that's the thing that makes the most sense from Virginia to Washington. But in order to fly, of course, like we have Sir, my dog. And Sir is 5 pounds too big to fit in a cabin. That's one thing. But then the second thing is the dogs have to, or your animals have to be able to fit in a crate that goes, if they're gonna ride in the cabin with you, fit in like a crate / bag that goes underneath the seat in front of you. Y'all, so we bought the bag. I wish we would have taken a picture. We bought the bag hoping that he would be able to fit in that bag. Y'all, he came and stood next to the bag. We said, we're driving. Yep, we are driving. Last week, we were getting settled in the house. We're still getting settled, like it's not all the way together, but we've definitely made progress. Last week, we were getting settled in the house. The week before that, we were on the 5-day road trip, which was amazing. Well, let me not say amazing. Like, is it something I'm like, oh my gosh, let's go on this road trip again? No, but if we had to do it again, I think we would be okay with it. But again, we did it over 5 days. So we would drive like anywhere from like 8 to 10 or 8 to like 11 hours every day, and then stop and rest at night so that when we woke up in the morning, we were refreshed, like we didn't feel groggy, like it would be too much. Okay, so we stopped in Cincinnati, hung out with friends, then we went to Omaha, hung out with some friends, and then we went to, where did we stop? We stopped somewhere in Wyoming, and then the last stop was in Missoula, Montana. Missoula, Montana was so beautiful. We stayed in downtown. It was so beautiful to the point where we were like, okay, we need to come back here on like a little vacation or something. It was so nice. The week before the road trip, the movers were at the house. So I honestly could not record, if anything. One thing I do want to get better at is like batch recording, so recording content in advance. Oh, this is really exciting. Wait, I thought this was matcha. I'm gonna give it a try because I don't think I have any mushroom coffee anyway, but I do need some matcha, so I'm gonna have to order from my favorite place, which is June B Matcha. They actually gave me an affiliate code, and I need to order some more, but I'll link it in the description box. I've talked about that brand before. So yeah, so I didn't really have much time to record anything, and life was just moving so fast. I didn't even have time to update y'all. I did post a bit about it on TikTok and like my Instagram story. So if you're not following me over there, be sure to do so. But yeah, and now we're in Seattle and I'm living my best life. I have really enjoyed our time here. Like somebody had asked on Instagram, they're like, how is Sir adjusting to Seattle living, you know, like the move? When we moved to Virginia, we had got like brand new furniture, like everything was new. And I think it created a lot of anxiety within Sir because he was just like very attached, like worried that we were gonna leave him. It was really sad. But then moving here, I would say that for the first few days in like our new place, he was a bit anxious. Like it probably took him maybe 3 to 4 days to kind of get comfortable in this new space because it's brand new. Like he's hearing so many new sounds. We went from living in the suburbs to living in the city. So many people. He's used to things just being quiet. So like any little sound he hears, he's like, what's that? So he's gotten a lot better and I think he's been enjoying it. We did take him to Pike Place, which is, I want to say it's kind of like a big farmer's market in Seattle. And y'all, my baby was overwhelmed. So we had to quickly leave from there. Okay, so that's just like a quick update on what I've been doing. I am also still on my protein journey. High key, I don't really talk much about it, but it's essentially, you know, I'm trying to get fit. That's it. I'm trying to get fit. So while we were moving, traveling, getting settled, I wasn't necessarily getting my protein in the way that okay, sorry, my memory card got full, so I had to adjust it. But yeah, I wasn't eating the best. And although I really enjoyed the food, I don't regret it by any means. I have to get back on track because your girl got goals. Okay, so today I'm going to be getting back on track. I do have a workout class that I'm going to in a few, so we're gonna do that. First, I do want to eat breakfast. Last night I prepped some chia seed pudding. I was trying to go for like cheesecake vibes, so I prepped that last night. That's what I'm gonna have this morning. I'm about to make my little morning drink and eat. This has been my morning beverage and supplement routine as of late. Y'all know I normally would do my kombucha, but I've switched over to these greens just because I had them and I want to see how effective they are and if they actually work. But I've still been doing my vitamin D3 plus K2, as well as my symbiotic, which is a pre and probiotic. I also do Nutrafol, which is supposed to help with hair as well, but you gotta take that for like 3 months to see the benefits, as well as turmeric, which helps lower inflammation. I don't know what it is about the athletic greens, but it tastes like chocolatey to me. If anybody else has had it, let me know what you think. I was mixing it in orange juice, but I kind of traded off between either orange juice or coconut water. I feel like that helps with the taste as well. They sent it to me. I was like, let me give it a try. It has good vitamins in it. And here are the chia seeds that I made. Let me show you everything I put in here. So I added some soy milk in here. This was gifted to me by a brand, Happy Viking. It's Venus Williams, her excuse me, plant-based protein brand. This is a strawberry smoothie flavor and I really like it. So I put that in there. I also put some vanilla in here. What I'm gonna do is top it with some bananas as well as some graham crackers. I want to crush them up to kind of give like a strawberry cheesecake kind of vibe, strawberry banana cheesecake kind of vibe. So that's what we're gonna have for breakfast after I finish up this drink. Chia seed pudding is an old faithful. I really enjoy it. I know some people don't like the texture of it, but you can also blend the chia seeds in case you don't like the texture of it. For one serving, I just do 2 tablespoons of chia seeds, half a cup of milk, or almond milk, and then I'll sweeten it with like a maple syrup or a honey, add a splash of vanilla extract, and then whatever fruit you want. But for higher protein chia seed pudding, be sure to use a scoop of protein powder and then use a higher protein plant-based milk like soy milk, hemp seed milk, or pea milk. That was tough, but we made it. And now we're about to go make some lunch. We're back home. One thing about solid core, well actually 2 things. Listen, it don't matter how much you work out. It don't matter. Ain't that right, buddy? I gotta wash my hands anyway, but I want y'all to see my baby. Oh. Look at my buddy. He loved like just hanging over my shoulder. Okay, how many times am I gonna try to say this? It don't matter how much you work out. Solid core, be solid coring, okay? In real life, this is probably like my 4th class that I've taken, and every single one has been hard. Second thing is, I can never hear what they are telling me to do. It's always like, down, up, in 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, out, pulse. I'm like, what are you telling me to do? I just be looking over at the next people like, what are you doing, okay? So for lunch today, I wanted to test out like I think I mentioned it, but like the tofu meatball recipe and have it for lunch. I didn't have my kombucha this morning, but I'm going to have it right now. Now, I've never made tofu meatballs, but for some reason, I just really wanted some. So here we are. I used fava bean tofu for these, and I just started out by cooking up my onions and garlic. I crumbled the tofu, and then I seasoned it with nutritional yeast. I added flax seeds to help it work as a binder, or I guess to help bind these together. I could have gone with the flaxseed egg, and that's just when you blend or you mix flax seeds with water to create like this gelatinous type of egg substitute, but I didn't want there to be too much liquid, and I think that if I would have created the egg, it would have produced that. I also added in some Greek seasoning, onion powder, and garlic powder. And at this point, I realized, okay, I need to crumble this a little bit more because it just would not hold its shape. So I had to go back and do that, form these into just little meatball sized tofu balls. And then I baked these in the oven on about 375 degrees for maybe about 20 to 30 minutes, just until they were firm and had browned a bit on the outside. If you ever see this hummus, get it, okay? It is so delicious. This is the jalapeno, well, herby jalapeno hummus. Look at the jalapeno down there. So delicious. I want to say I picked this up from Whole Foods. And right now I'm just about to make a dressing, kind of like a dressing or a spread to go on this salad mix. I was kind of just piecing stuff together based off of what we had from the end of last week. So I have the hummus, which I just told you need to get. So I mixed a bit of this as well as some of this dairy-free sour cream from the brand Forager. I add in a bit of nutritional yeast and a little bit of water to thin it out, but that's it. That's what I'm gonna use as the base of this meal. Alright, we're about to see how these meatballs are. This was my first time making it, so I'm praying that it's good. And if it ain't, it's still what I'm eating, okay? I want to see what the inside looks like. This bowl is so pretty. So colorful. Okay, so that's what the inside looks like. Very much tofu. This is kind of like me testing the recipe because I want to, or testing the start of the recipe because I want to create like an official recipe for these. That's really good, actually. I'm surprised. I did not know what to expect, honestly. I would say that the inside, well, the outside is crispy and the inside is soft. I do want to figure out how to get it a bit more firm inside. If you have any tips or suggestions, let me know. But this is really delicious. I think cooking the onions and garlic prior to, it was a great idea. I'm gonna add it with a little bit of this sauce too. This bowl looks so good. Let's give this a taste test. Needs more sweetener, but other than that, I taste a hint of cinnamon, nutmeg, and I'm not a huge fan of nutmeg. Like, if I could taste nutmeg in something, I don't know what it is about nutmeg that I'm not a fan of, but if I can taste the nutmeg in there, I'm like, ugh, it's too much. I honestly was trying to do the whole intermittent fasting thing. I did it yesterday successfully, but it's just like some days I wake up and I'm hungry, you know? If you have successfully done intermittent fasting, let me know how it went. Let me know if you currently do it, and any tips or suggestions that you might have, please share them with me because I really want to try to do it. But every time I try to do it, I end up either not eating on time, so I like eat past that window, or I wake up and I'm like very hungry. Now, I could just wake up and drink a bunch of water, which temporarily fills you up, but I just need tips. So if you have any tips on intermittent fasting, if you've done it successfully and you enjoyed it, please share. Well, just like share your experience with intermittent fasting because I'm interested in giving it a try. Something else I know that will help me with intermittent fasting is making sure I have my ingredient prepped. I didn't get to prep my ingredients this week. It's just something about having ingredients already prepped in the fridge so that I can just piece stuff together. So I'm gonna record that and share that with y'all as well. I'm also thinking about doing like a spend the day with me or spend the day with us in Seattle, where we're exploring, trying different restaurants, taking Sir out, like us having like a little date. So if you're interested in like Seattle content, please let me know in the comments as well. I would love to hear from you. But I'm about to go enjoy my mushroom coffee. That extra little bit of sweetener, it did it. I just got a delivery for content for a campaign that I have to work on, and Brandon just gave me a great idea on a recipe to create. So I'm not gonna say the brand, but because I don't know if I can, but the idea is great. Okay, so they have two different dips. They sent me two different ones and I wanted to be able to choose which one I wanted to go with. And so they have a dill pickle dip and it is really, really good. So I was trying to decide or come up with like an idea as to what type of recipe I should create using the dill pickle dip. And The one Brandon really wants me to go with is some cheeseburger egg rolls, and you just dip it in the pickle dip. Too good. But then I also had an idea. Sorry, you want to play so bad. But then I also had an idea for a Nashville hot vegan chicken sandwich and use the dill pickle dip on there. Let me know which one y'all think, the cheeseburger egg rolls or the Nashville hot vegan chicken sandwich with the dip on there. Let me know. It is time for dinner. This might be the last time I talk to the camera because when I sit down and eat, oh, it's over with, okay? For dinner, I know I had previously mentioned that I wanted to do the stuffed bell peppers. Not doing that because I want something that's like crispy, crunchy kind of, you know? And I've been seeing people talk about these, what is it? Pizza tortilla. So it's like pizza on or tortilla. And that's what I want to do. So we're going to have that. Well, I'm going to have that for dinner. Brandon's having something else. I did want to make sure I said thank you so much for watching this video. I am very excited to be back. I feel like we have slowly started, well, not slowly, like we chipped away at a lot of the unboxing and organizing. We still have a ways to go, but it does feel good to have the kitchen almost where we want it to be, which means I can cook and create a lot more. If you are new here, thank you for being here. But two, please be sure to introduce yourself in the comments. I love when you guys say hello and getting to know you. And if you have been here but you haven't introduced yourself, please do so. I think when you all engage with me in the comment section, you let me know a little bit more about you, I can then create my content and kind of tailor it around what it is that you are looking for. For example, I realized that a lot of my subscribers over here, they aren't plant-based, but they enjoy plant-based meals every now and then. So I've been able to create like easy, beginner-friendly recipes that people who are new to the plant-based diet in general can enjoy. So yeah, so please introduce yourself and then let me know a little bit about you. Just thank you again for watching this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, leave me a comment and subscribe, and let's go ahead and get into dinner. There's another creator on TikTok that I follow, and she makes this tortilla pizza quite often, and every time she makes it, I'm like, oh, that looks too good. So I had to make it. Now I didn't have any pizza sauce, so I used a can of tomato paste that we had in the pantry. I added some seasonings and water to it, and there we go. We got some pizza sauce. We love an innovative queen who is determined to not go to the grocery store every day. So I also had some leftover plant-based grounds in the fridge from our family pizza night. If you've seen my previous videos, you know that my dad, brother, and my bonus mom, they live out here. We had a pizza night the other day, and I had some leftovers from that. So I decided to use that for my pizza. Now, since I'm using a tortilla, I wasn't sure how much sauce it would be able to handle. And I'm not even really like a give me a lot of sauce kind of girl. So I just kept it pretty minimal. And I did go to the store to get, well, not before this, but for the week, to get the new Daiya shredded cheese because I just wanted to give it a chance. I'm going to be sticking to the sliced Daiya cheese. I wasn't a huge fan of the shreds. Now, this Miyoko's liquid mozzarella, now that's really good. And you may be wondering, girl, why is your baking sheet upside down? The person who I got this idea from, this is how she did hers. So I'm assuming she did it this way because she learned over time that it would work better. And sometimes I'm a rule follower, so here we are. I baked the pizza on 350 degrees for about 20 to 30 minutes, just until they were firm and crispy. I love thin crust pizzas, so this was right up my alley. I drizzled them with a bit of sweetener and I sprinkled some red pepper flakes, and this was too good. But as always, thank you again so much for watching this video. Be sure to check out the rest of my videos, and you can find links to some of the products that I mentioned in this video in the description box. I will see you next time.